Hi everyone. For today's video, we're going to talk about saging and clearing your space just before a Reiki session. Einstein told us that E, energy, is equal to mass times the speed of light square. We are energetic beings. Because energy surrounds us, we can be affected by other people's energies or the energies that exist around us in the world. Some energies vibrate at a higher vibration, which tend to be lighter, happier feelings, and low vibrations tend to bring people down. Because of the influence of other energies on us, they can stick to us like a bad smell, and you can carry them around, impacting your day-to-day life without you necessarily knowing. In order to start a Reiki session and to be the purest vessel that can channel Reiki to a client, it is important for the practitioner to sage the space, to clear any negative energies from that space, as well as to sage themselves. One thing to note is that sage is not the only way to cleanse your space. There are many herbs or plants that can be used. You can use crystals, you can use different plants and herbs. Sage is so powerful that it not only clears all the negative energies, creating a sacred space in which to practice, but it also tends to scrub away all energies. And nature abhors a vacuum. So if you don't bring back positive energy, then other energies may take hold, which is not the outcome that we're looking for. So how do you bring back positive energies? Well, you can burn other plants that have their own mystical properties. I encourage you to look online for the spiritual properties of some of the herbs, and most of which don't even need to be fancy. Many in your own spice collection might work. Mystical sprays, Florida water, it's something that I learned about from a spiritual teacher of mine, and I'd like to make my own. If you're interested in a recipe, comment down below. Be resourceful, see what you have. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be complicated. What resonates with you and your own intuition? Reiki is also a great way to bring back positive energy. Reiki itself channels life force through the practitioner and into a client, a space, an object, or even a time. If you're not a Reiki practitioner, or if you haven't had your attunement, you can still use your intention or use the other methods. If you are a Reiki practitioner, use your symbols, like visualizing the choku rays all around you and in the 6 faces of the room. Let's start with a bit of a demonstration. I like to use loose sage, but you can buy bundles that have been wrapped and that include other herbs, so you can have your clearing and your re-energizing both at the same time. I like to do mine in a 2-step process when I'm using scents, but I also just use Reiki energy when I'm in a rush. So these are dried sage leaves, and I like to use a container for burning. Not only will it keep my fingers safe, but also sage tends to have a resinous afterburn that can get stuck on your fingers. It doesn't have to be a fancy container. You can use anything you like. You can use a cup covered with tin foil so that you can protect the vessel. Or it can be something a little bit more ritualistic, like a beautiful abalone shell. I have this little brass plate that I use for my incense burning, and I find that it works well for my sage as well. So let's begin. You can begin setting your intentions. I will speak mine out loud as a demonstration. True source, universal life energy, and pure love and light. Allow this sage to purify this space and to bring positive energies and to send away energies or entities whose presence is not beneficial to our highest good. With this sage, I will cleanse this room and create a sacred space. Allow me to be a pure vessel for the purifying and healing energy that will channel through me and into those who need it the most. Next, use your symbols. The chokure is usually the one that I begin with. You can trace it with the sage, like so. Visualize it, typically 3 times. We'll do say heki. My direction might be a little inverted from yours. Feeling the connection to source as you do this. The Honza Zeishonin is a little bit more complicated. Go through the room, saging as you go along, visualizing the symbols, and visualizing a bright light coming into the space, cleansing the room, pushing out energies that don't belong here, that are not conducive to our best and most divine interests. I encourage you to open the window to let stagnant energy move out. And then, as you burn your sage, you can continue by bringing in a positive energy. At this time, I'm going to burn magnolia, a magnolia incense stick for the duration of the session. Or if you know that the client is sensitive to scents, you can air out your space before they arrive. This is really nice. It is a very delicate floral scent. Very regal in its qualities. Incenses are also used to promote a meditative state, as they can envelop the senses and tune the mind to the present moment. Another way that you can cleanse your space is by using sound. You can use a singing bowl or play healing frequencies. There are wonderful playlists online. You'll find that as the energy in the room increases, your mood will uplift. You will have better chakra alignments. Your outlook on life may improve. The stresses that you are holding may fade away, and your spiritual connection will be greater. And this is a perfect time in which to meditate. And if you do have your own spiritual practice, try to connect with your spirit guides, your higher self, or seek internal guidance. Ponder the questions dancing around in your mind. See if an intuitive answer might come. You might be surprised by what might happen. In these final moments, I'd like to send Reiki, and don't worry about the distance. Like I mentioned earlier, Reiki can travel through time and space, and this will reach you at exactly the moment it should. Just close your eyes, set the intention that you wish to receive, and let the healing power do the rest. Many blessings to you. Have a wonderful day.